Good evening. Welcome to Trivia Night. Boy, I'm sitting low. I have my camera bumped. Have to refix it tonight. But summer trivia fun. Oh yeah, we're gonna have some fun with trivia tonight, and I got a bunch of it. I kept adding and adding and adding add to it. So, uh, but I want to get going. It sure looks like the U.S. Attorney David Weiss has been obstructing the Hunter Biden investigation. Of course. When the transcripts of the IRS whistleblower testimony were released last month, with the startling claims that the U.S. Attorney Weiss told IRS Supervisory Special Agent Gary Shapley that he wasn't the one to make the decisions on filing criminal charges. Now, if this is the same Weiss, he screwed Enron. The guy that was running Enron, he screwed him because I had a friend that worked for Enron, lost his job. He was making good money. He took it over, and all of a sudden, what did we see? We seen all of a sudden we're going to frack, but under oh boy, it was what Chinny had. I believe it was Chinny. Boy, I should have got my info before I came on. But Weiss was a part of that. Not only that, but Weiss used to be an old Clinton lawyer. Now, get this. Well, you know what got me over this whole thing with what's going on with the um, investigation with the Biden or any investigation into the Catholics, into the parents, is that um, when Trump was in office, he went through, and I think I said this the other night. Um, um, FBI, CIA, NSA, DNI, all of them, they let the top 50 go. What do we got now? Still crooked. What is it about crooked FBI agents? And so I had to talk to a friend of mine here. It's um, a FBI agent, and I said, "What is going on?" And he says, "I don't know. I'm thinking about resigning." I said, "No, don't." See, he's even thinking of resigning. Why? They're doing good for Arkansas, except for the boys on the track. But for the most part, when you look at state to state to state, the FBI is okay. When you look at the FBI in DC, then it becomes very crooked. CIA too. The next president is going to have a plate full. Not only that, with ESG. Now, ESG, folks, in between ESG and the Green New Deal, and look at Kerry. He wants to go $1 billion, real close to $1 billion to Green New Deal. Because if we don't, we're all going to die. Oh, is he going to take it up for? Is he taking up for the Green New Deal now? We're all going to die in 2030. Well, what happens when we all don't die in 2030 and the world doesn't end? See, that's what Greta, I call her the ugly girl, and I shouldn't. Um, um, that's what she's protesting against because she was lied to. Is the Green Deal all chalked up as what it was for? I got a phone call today. It said scam. So I knew when I answered the phone it was going to be a scam. So I answered, of course, as a business. And they didn't say anything, and they said solar. I said, you're really going to fall for this, dude? When the Biden administration is looking at dimming the sun, are you really going to buy solar right now, folks? Are you going to get into the EV? Everything is solar. And if they're going to dim the sun, then what? Not only that, tonight they want to take air conditioners away. Why? They're electric. And then they want Biden out because he's not really good. He's too old. Really? Haven't the GOP been saying that for a long time? What about Manchin? Manchin, independent, running for president. Wow. Is it worth it? No. How many times was it put forth that he could have sided to make a difference? And he sided with the Democrats because they strong armed him. Is the Democrats going to strong arm Manchin to doing what they want? Is this their choice? Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. I see the comments coming in. Uh, uh, Karen, hey, I don't know if you missed last show, but we were wishing Peanut a happy birthday. Happy, isn't that what you call her? Is a nickname, Peanut? Happy birthday to her. All right, so I'm placing bets on William tonight. William's like, she didn't give me the answers. No, because I didn't decide on summer fun. Summer fun. Here we go. Summer fun. I didn't agree with summer fun until this morning. And I thought, what a great idea. What a great idea. In the middle of summer, midsummer, how many family members are going out for vacations, the beaches, having barbecues, 4th of July, summer concerts that we're seeing on the news. So I thought summer fun would be great. This is great. All right, I want to move on. And Biden willing to slash United Auto Worker wages to appease a green energy cult. So, I looked into this and I thought, really? Because their union, now he sucked in all the union. Oh, we're gonna take care of you guys. Now all of a sudden he's flipped. He's gonna stab them in the back. Slash their wages? For what? Because they're manufacturing gas cars. It's a Green New Deal. And Biden, Kerry, and even Yellen, we come to find out, went over there to work on Green New Deal business with China. And then they praised them. They said, oh, how wonderful China is. And I did the report on this the other day. They've got solar and they've got the wind generators and they're like tops. No, they're the biggest polluters. Now, so why slash American union workers? Because it's manufacturing gas cars. You know, if, Folks, if they would have worked on this in the 70s, 80s, during the Bush administration, Bush Jr., if they would have started saying, we're going to move to uh, energy electric cars, we're going to start putting up chargers around the United States. If they would have done it this way, we would have thought of Jetsons flying cars. But they didn't. They just put it off. They were more into um, the one world order of taking over the banking system and the money. And now that it's a failure, they said, "Oh, let's bring in ESG." Um, Glenn Beck, he has got quite a few books, and I'm not sure if I'm allowed to even say the names of the books anymore because even Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube have all agreed that certain words that's being used can't be used anymore. They seem to change. When it was a pandemic, we know what they banned. When it was the election, we know what they banned. when it came to hearings on the pandemic, we know what we couldn't say. When it became the voting, um, we after the vote, we knew what we could say and what we couldn't say. And a lot of, when I look back at the constitutional class and the fascism, Marxism classes I took for social economics in college, what I'm seeing, folks, is exactly what they said. This is part of socialism leading to communism, that they need to freedom of speech. They need to bring in an agenda that they could spend billions of dollars on to break our economy. Bitcoin, oh boy, Bitcoin made them mad because they're trying to tear down the American dollar. They're trying to make it so it's not gold back, silver back. And that's what the economists are complaining about. But now, how many manufacturing plants have we seen catch on fire? And then those plants moving to other countries, Mexico, Canada, China. It's never Japan. It's never any of our allies. You ever notice that? How come we can't move a manufacturing plant to Australia, UK, Europe? Europe could use this, but they don't. They just want to do away with them. Why? Because, and to get this, what was it, $6 billion more or $8 billion more? It's probably more than that to Ukraine again, and they're sending them all kinds of ammunition. I thought we were low on ammunition. What happened to we can't send them ammunition because we're low. Now we're sending it to them. How did we create millions of part of munitions in less than a week? Oh, now you might know. I mean, I don't think it can be done. I think it's a farce. I think this is fake media information, disinformation. I can't see us saying we're low a few days ago to a week ago, and then saying, "Oh, we're going to send all kinds of munitions and ammunition to Ukraine." What to me, it's like, oh, we're kissing up. Why? Because Zelensky didn't make it into um, NATO. So we're going to give him a whole bunch of stuff to get him to shut up. Why do we need Ukraine so badly? What is it about Ukraine we need? It's not, I don't think it's really about going after Russia. I think it's to cover up what the Biden family has been doing in Ukraine for decades. 2003, they were there. 2008, 2013. 2013, what was Senator Lindsey Graham doing there? You're like, oh, well, wait a minute. I got pictures of it. What was Durham doing there? What was Leahy doing there? Why'd Schumer and Schiff go there? 2016, after all of these politicians have been there, then they had all kinds of protests. Antifa in the middle of it. Huh. But when we're looking at the slash of United Auto Worker union wages to appease the green energy cult, I'm going to call it a cult. It's not even conspiracy anymore. It's a cult. And who's the czar for this? Yeah, Kerry. Why? Why did Kerry take over for the Green New Deal? I know he's been doing it a little bit, but his thing was foreign policy with Iran. Now it's Green New Deal. And the more the whistleblowers are coming through, whether it's January 6th, whether it's the IRS, whether it's the CIA or FBI. We were looking at hearings this week with Ray, and he had already been caught lying. That's what I was hoping the Republicans would say was, you were caught lying, and this is what you said. Now explain yourself. And it's sickening that the Democrats would cover for this guy, knowing he's done wrong. Um, so are they pushing crime? Are they pushing lies and deceit, misinformation on the American people with the FBI and the CIA? Now, I've heard they've been weaponized to go after the GOP. Did anybody even get him to um, um, respond to that? No, he's not going to. Now, even though he was appointed by Donald Trump, uh, I, look at the advisors that Trump had that was left. And they said, oh, you need to get this person, this person, this person. Every one of them ended up being very corrupt. Boy, William, you might have to pull this for Monday. And now they're not only looking at Ray, but they're looking at Mayorkas. Mayorkas broke 11 laws. Are we going to be able to even do anything about this? When we're looking at Democrats and Republicans, and now we got independent with Manchin, who do we believe anymore now? We see the GOP, they could do all the resolutions they want, but when it won't go past the House, there's nothing that's going to be done until 2024. And what about, I heard the world was going to end in 2027. Now it's 2030. We're all going to die. Oh boy, folks, don't fall for it. I had a scam call today, and they said solar thing, and I was like, it's a farce. I'm not going to buy into nothing with climate. And I said, and you're stupid for even peddling this. I said, I think you need to look at the truth. And I hung up on them. These kind of people make me mad. I'm an ecologist and I want everything right for the world. But when I see China polluting, when I see Kerry on his airplanes polluting, and how many people showed up at the summit, NATO summit, that used private air jets. And get this, now there is more pollution coming from this war with Ukraine than we put out in the last 100 years. It's all a farce. Boy, it's all a farce. All right. Oh boy. So, you guys ready for some trivia? Because I know I am, and I got a bunch of it, and it's really good trivia. Let's see. There we go. We want it up big so you guys can see the questions. All right. Let's get on with it. You guys ready? All right. Let me get rid of. All right. I want you guys to be able to see this thing. What event? What the? Um. Boy, there's a typo you can't figure out. What event marks the political, I don't know, official, I think it's official start of summer in the United States and is celebrated on or around June 21st? I'm thinking that's official. What a typo. Y'all, Karen, let's just throw popcorn. Let's just throw popcorn. Boy, what a typo. What event marks the official start of summer in the United States? um, what? Karen, what's that for? The reservist cannot refuse, Karen. All right. Memorial Day is one of them that just got mentioned. What events, and this is the summer happenings, summer, I'm going to say May through September. What event marks the official start of summer in the United States and is celebrated around June 21st? So think of June 21st, Susan. Think on this again. All right. California, it's not just California, it's the Democrats in itself that's refusing uh, a bill that would stop human trafficking. Why? Well, you take a look at what they're promoting. Uh, the trannies in the library, the trannies at the schools, uh, uh, transgender in our sports, in our Olympics, in uh, official sports. Um, and it uh, and they wonder why. In California, Democrats refuse plans for an anti human trafficking bill. Why would they do? I mean, and who knows about this? Putting children's risks at lives at risk. I'm sorry. Why would they refuse unless they were part of it? The whole reparations. The thing with reparations, folks, is I'm going to see if I can claim it. My family ran Ancestry.com, and it come to find out we had a little African American in us. From where? We believe it's my dad's family that had a farm that hired slaves. And they had to live between 1910 and 19, I think 69 or whatever. And you had to have been oppressed. I was. When I couldn't walk down the hallway to get to my class, I had to find an alternative route because it was blocked, because they were looking for anything they could riot against. When I had to hide at a grocery store in town when they rioted, when my brother in law and his brother were beat up and hospitalized over riots, I think I'm qualified. They said if you were oppressed in any way, I don't think they meant it this way, but I think I qualify. How many people like me qualify? In fact, I might even have to check with my friend Becky and a few others, my friend Vince. We all might be qualified for the riots in the 70s and in fear. I watched an African American put a cake cutter through another African American's eye. Why? Boy. And they were all going to go to the kindergarten to beat up first and second and third graders. Why? We're affected. We're affected. See, they don't want to mention that. They just want to mention how hard it was on them. And they may get mad at me for this, but um, is $1 million per person worth it? When back when we gave them the first part of the reparations, it was land, a home, cash, and cattle. Why can't we just give them the same thing now? A little bit of money, maybe a type of homestead or some acreage, and give them some livestock. I think they'll be okay. Oh, what? Live on a farm? No, they want to live in the city. All right, let's get the answer to this one. All right, so what event marks the official start of summer in the United States and it's celebrated on or around June 21st? Uh, I don't see anybody that got the answer yet in chat. Answer is summer solstice. All right, you're all going, I knew that. All right. According to the Greeks mythology, who is the summer dog days named after? I know we say the summer dog days of summer. Yeah, dog days. Yeah. Uh, all right. According to the Greeks mythology, who's the summer dog days named after? I might have you guys stumped today. No Googling. The biggest changeover to transgender. Guess who they are? You say, oh, the kids in school. Mm-mm. Oh, the ones in college. What are? It's those that have been charged as a sex offender. Are you surprised? No? Oh, well, you should be. The issue of men who believe they are transgender infiltrating women's prisons and schools and other places has grown in recent years. A new study is showing that more and more male sex offenders believe they are transgender and are asking for rights. See? That was with Town Hall. And it's not just Town Hall that believes this way. A lot of people do feel this way. Why should a male, uh, if he's not doing well in the Olympics, decide to switch genders to become a female to win the gold? Is the gold that much to them? Is their whole life around winning a gold? What are they going to do when they're 50 and 60 and they're in a wheelchair and they can't breathe? Is it going to matter? Are they going to be fighting for the transgender rights at that time? Probably not. They're going to want to know whether next tank of O2 is coming. All right. Yeah. Oh boy, I stumped you guys. You don't know what it is? Oh boy. According to the Greeks mythology, who is summer dog days? Sirius and the dog star. Oh boy, I'm stumping them today. True or false? Watermelon contains over 90% water. It's an easy guess. Either yes or no. Yes or no. But I think I got you on the first few. Hopefully, I'm going to stump you guys tonight. Um, and the next article, folks, is just really about Joe Manchin. Is he going to be a good candidate? Because they're talking the Biden aides, the Democrat Party, and all of them are agreeing that Joe might not be able to do this. They need someone new, someone vibrant. They're not looking at Kennedy, but they were looking at Manchin until he said, I'm independent. Is he a good candidate? Should we worry about this? Should we look into um, what is the best for our country? Is it Joe Manchin? I don't think so. And if Joe Biden's backing up, is there not a Democrat Party? Is there no one to stand up and say, This is it. I want this. Huh. Okay. Watermelon. Let's see what we got here. All right. And the winner is. And the winner is. Yep. Here we go. Answer is true. The answer is true. So if you answer true, you got the watermelon trivia question right. All right. Which month of the year is National Ice Cream Month celebrated in the United States of America? Now I do the on this day, and I went back and I had to look, and I did mention it. Ice Cream Day. Which month during the summer? May through September, the Memorial Day, um, is considered the ice cream month and is celebrated. Let's see if y'all get that one. Boy, more to come, I tell you. You still got more. Um, now, now, this one hit me up because my auto insurance did go up. Um, and I asked the lady on the phone, why did it go up? And she said it's just something that's been put through. Expect, get this, a 30 to $100 cost onto your insurance, your car insurance. Why? Is because they're trying to do away with the gas, and they need more money for the electric. So if your insurance has went up, this is why. It's because they need to spend more money. Now what got me was we hear this, and they're talking a couple hundred $1,000,000. Then we have Kerry that says, oh, we need 100 billion at least, or maybe even 1 trillion. We're looking into all these things the Democrat want to spend money, but they're not answering the questions that's being asked of them. All right, which month of the year? Let's see if anybody knows. Um, and the answer is July. The answer is July. In what year is the ice cream sandwich believed to have been invented? Is it 1899, 1904, or 1942? The ice cream sandwich. I love them things. I don't care what kind it is. It could be well, I don't care much for the vanilla ones. The whole the flavors on the inside are Neapolitan. So is it 1899, 1904? Is it 1942 when the ice cream sandwich was invented? Um, so now we're looking at independent states that's deciding that foreign nationals or migrants can vote, and they're putting it in, and it's a thing where it's the governors that are doing it because they can sign it in and it's law. So we have governors going rogue on us, saying you don't need an ID, and if you're a migrant, you get to vote. Just say you're a migrant. When did a migrant fleeing from another country decide that we decided they get to vote? When we have made it, not even 10 years ago, the Democrats were saying that we need IDs. They wanted IDs during Trump and Reagan and Bush. And then now all of a sudden it's okay. We don't need them. Is it that we convince them that it's not needed, or are they in a plot? We don't know. All right. Anybody know? We got 1899. We got 1904. I think you guys are going to be surprised. I think you guys will be surprised. My grandma told me about this one. So when I seen it, I thought, how great is it for my grandma to say something about this? 1899. Now, what my grandma told me was in the 18, she thought it was 1895. She said the best thing was when you could put a cake with cookie in the middle, and then it was put to the shelves, but it was so expensive that we would save up a week, she said, just to get one ice cream sandwich. But she had 1895. So, oops, boy, I guess I gave the answer for the last one. Oh boy. I need someone to nudge me when I let it keep playing. All right. Which desert in the valley? I know you guys seen this one. But William did get it for the 1899. It wasn't 1904 and it wasn't 1942. Now you would have thought. Now I was thinking 1942 because I was thinking later on with ice cream sandwiches. So, the governors need to be impeached. Um, um, but Karen, well, uh, can governors be impeached? Yes, because remember they did it to Newsom. We need to do it in Illinois. We need to do it in definitely. We need the mayor of Chicago and the governor of Illinois and even New York. How about Oregon and Washington and California? But look at what we tried with Newsom, and the Democrats and the media jumped in and stopped it. It's so hard to get rid of these guys, but we're looking at Mayorkas, Garland, and Ray as far as impeachment. I think the House and Senate Judiciary Committee has got enough that they should be able to go ahead and charge them, even Fauci. But, until it all goes through, we're just going to have to sit and wait. Let them do the resolutions. And then, after all is said and done, and Senate says, yes, let's vote on it, and they don't, then we need to bug them on this. All right, so I think everybody got this. I pretty much gave the answer away. So it is Death Valley. Now on to the next one. What inflatable object is commonly used for fun and games at the beach during the summer? So we're going to move in to summer fun games. Um, so inflatable object? What inflatable object is commonly used for fun and games at the beach during the summer? Let's see if you guys can get that one. Now, I'm not giving you the answer to that one. Now, I don't know if any of you knew, but between Microsoft and a few others, China's been able to hack Bank of America. Be careful. If you are at Bank of America or have a Bank of America credit card, start calling them and see what's up. Find out if your account is weakened or if your account is one that could be hacked. Let's see. Okay, Karen. I don't know. I might be rooting for Karen tonight. Always root for the underdog. Karen, you didn't win last week. It was Karen and William that tied up. So, all right, you need to get in here and get these right, and win by about 5. I'm teasing. All right, and the answer is the beach ball. The answer is the beach ball. From what did the popular summertime game Frisbee get its name? So if you don't understand it, where did Frisbee and what was it that it got its name from? There's an item and a company that gave Frisbee their name. And it was used, and to this day, the company and their heirs are still getting money from the Frisbee. See, I went and looked to see if they were still getting money, and yes, they are. So the more you buy a Frisbee for your dog, or even just to play out on the beach or at the, how many times you need the Frisbee? It's so much fun. Beach ball, everybody can kind of hit it around, but it's so easy to pop. All right. So, does anybody know where Frisbee got its name? Everybody's thinking on this. No Googling. No Googles. How many knew about Russia having a secret phone call with Ukraine? Yeah, the CIA's been talking to them. Shouldn't we know about this? In fact, they had an hour-long phone call one of the last times. The director of Russia's Foreign Intelligence Service claimed that they had an hour-long call with CIA Director Williams Byrne to talk about Wagner rebellion and what should be done about Ukraine. They're coming as they did on the final day of the annual NATO summit in Lithuania, which saw the U.S. President for minutes, and then he drove down um, Belarusian. And then President Biden, just minutes after, they drive from the Bella for Russia. There you go. Support. Speaking at the alliance meetings at Ukraine President Zelensky, who had earlier um, vented his anger, saying he needed to be part of NATO. So what else do you do? Well, all of a sudden there's a bomb outside this guy's home. And of course, we had the FBI look into the murder, and they got into the house of the FBI director, and lo and behold, they didn't find anything. But they did find another substance that they are questioning Joe Biden on. That they found two illegal substances that needs to be discussed to find out if he knows whose they are. I think they know. I think they just can't say nothing until Joe Biden actually breaks down and does disclose what he knew. Okay. Um, do we know what the frisbee is? Nobody's got no frisbee. Come on now. From what did the popular summertime game frisbee get its name? You guys are going to be like, "Oh, we knew that." I bet you the those watching knew too. They're throwing the name out there, and the answer is the Frisbee Pie Company. I'm sorry. Uh, it was a pie plate. Um, it was definitely a pie plate, and it became the Frisbee. All right, so name this summer game. We're on to summer games that we can play on summer vacation. So name this summertime game, folks. So was it just this white powder that was found at the White House? According to the scandalous news report, marijuana was twice found in the White House since 2022. And that is engulfed the White House now. The Secret Service has reported confirming information to members of Congress during the briefing. Uh, to possess 2 ounces less of marijuana is what they found. Transfer of 1 ounce of marijuana or less to another 21-year-old. Grow their own marijuana plants with restrictions. Possess marijuana related to drug paraphernalia and use it on private property. So somebody thought it was cool since they wanted to legalize it, it just could be done. And of course, they're looking at the cocaine now. All right. Anybody know? I think everybody knows what uh, Susan, think on that one. I don't know if you meant cricket or if you meant another game. So go ahead and fix that. All right. So what is the answer to this? Name this summertime game. Answer is croquet. Answer is croquet. All right. Next one. Name this item for badminton. There wasn't, I looked and looked, and this is what it gave me because I wanted an unusual badminton term that, so I went to show you the game, and y'all going, oh, that's just badminton. How easy. This is probably easy too. So what do they call this? What do they call it? Boy, this hour's going by fast. Um, I'm trying to get through the news, and of course, we're going into the weekend. Um, I'm just looking through my notes so I can find a story. I don't got very many left. Does anybody know what this is? Uh, I think everyone got this one right. All right, so I'm just going to move on because I'm not even halfway through trivia. All right, so what is the answer? I'm going to do a few of these before I go back to the news. And the answer is it's a birdie. It's a birdie. Bird or birdie, either one. All right, and the next one. Name the summertime game. Now there is 2 answers for this. I'll take either one. Now I was introduced to the game as one of the names, and then when I heard this other one, I went, "Well, that's not the game." Now this has become very popular with seniors, not only seniors, but I've even seen all the kids taking over the game from the adults. You throw these little, they're like two little balls with a string, and you pitch them from linked, and every one of those rungs are worth so many points. This has become very popular with picnics. So, do we know the name of the game? I don't know if y'all played it, but go play it. It's fun. I've played it a few times now. Um, Illinois will no longer allow landlords to consider immigration a status. Um, if you're a migrant, they have to let you in. Now, I've seen this in here in Conway, and these are people that look like they have jobs, they have their own car, and it looks like they're doing okay. Um, so they have been able to rent. So if they are established, I think as long as their qualification, what is needed to be able to rent a place is, and they're not going to be nice to them and say, "Oh, you just move in as a squatter, and we'll let you live there for a while." No, I think I believe that they should see if they could pay their deposits, the first and last. Sometimes it's first and a deposit, pay their pet deposits. And as long as they pay their rent, go for it, as long as they have a job. I mean, it's look, we do have families that are uh, coming up as migrants that do want to live here and do want to work. It's the ones that's coming up here for the free for all that we don't need. Now, is it wrong that Illinois wants to do this? It could be. This is a blue state that would let migrants maybe stay for 3 months without pay. And that's kind of what the article is pointing at. And this is through Western Journal, Red State, Town Hall, Reuters. A bunch of them are putting this out there today. And their concern is don't put them in and let them become squatters, because then all of them will do it. And then what do you have? You have police trying to get squatters out of homes of people that are paying their mortgages and letting them live there rent free. All right. Well, I'm going to do a bunch of trivia at this point because we're so close to the end of the night. All right. So what is the name of this? Anybody know? You never saw it? Answer is as ladder toss or hillbilly football. Karen, you got to get this for your granddaughter. I mean, even at her age, she would laugh. This would be a fantastic game. It's something you can play indoors or outdoors. I chose this over horseshoes because how do you do a trivia on horseshoes? That's a hard one. I mean, not a hard one. It's a hard one to get a good trivia question for because what? It's a stake and it's a horseshoe. So really anything you try to say is going to give it away. This game is a lot of fun. So go on out and get it. Karen, like I said, your granddaughter would love this game. And just mind shrill over it. I believe it came out when Mo was a baby, and he's 15 now, so it's been out for quite a few years. All right, on to the next one. Boy, I'm stumping you, for you guys. Okay, now we're getting into concerts, summer concerts. So who are these bands and who are these people? Who is this famous singer? Boy, I got him young. To try to stump you. Now, if you know who this is, take a good look. Look at his face. Picture him very old. Very old. I think I'm getting you guys tonight on these, on the summer fun. Share it. Share it. Subscribe, folks. Send this to your friends. A little bit of news and summer fun trivia. We do trivia on Friday nights, and I get a kick out of it. I like it. So anybody know? Come on, William. I know you know this face. Karen too. He's got to age him. If you aged him about 50 years, bingo. What is with all the retractions, everyone? They're just answers. What? I don't know, Karen. I'm not sure. All right, because we got to enjoy this trivia. And be sure to do the thumbs up today. All right, are we ready for this? Are we ready for this answers? I don't see anybody giving an answer. And the answer is Arlo Guthrie. Arlo Guthrie. Arlo Guthrie. So now you see it? I wish I could, if I could skip back to it, I would. Because then you go, yeah, that's him. That's him. Oh, yeah, a ballad singer, folk singer. All right, let's go to the next one. Some of these are old and new. Name this boy band. Karen, you might have to get your kids for this. I mean, I had to kind of look it up, and my daughter loved these guys. I mean, she had all their stuff. Now there was two boy bands back then in the 80s. One was NSYNC, so you know it's not NSYNC. The other was this one. I mean, I did everybody young. I did everyone kind of young, so that, and if you watched the first show, I gave you a hint on one of the pictures coming up, folks. So it should be easy. I gave you guys the answers. I don't know if it's a cheat. Is it a cheat if I show you a picture and then on the following show it to you again? Um, what you still like them? My daughter, boy, she's what, almost 40. Well, what's one of your favorites? I can't even think of any of their songs. I don't know. They weren't. I was listening to the 70s. I'm sorry, folks. And the answer is the Backstreet Boys. Backstreet Boys. All right. Name this band. Here you go. This is the 80s group. This is the 80s. It's for some of us, we know who it is. For some of the kids, they know who it is. And what is the name of this band? Oh boy. And I can't say any of the songs because it just gives everybody away. But I did like them. It kind of reminded me of this band reminds me of me and all of um, the people that helped me with my game group. I mean, every single one of them reminded me of my leaders and the people that would run my games. And they had a song. I can't remember what. I can't tell you what it is because it'll give the band away. But every single little portion of it almost described my game group, and it was an awesome. It was awesome. I think everybody's got this one. Okay, Susan, you got to catch up. Karen's like zipping ahead of everybody. All right, and what is the name of this group? I think everybody had it. And the answer is the B 52s. Yeah, Love Shack. Love Shack was one of our theme songs for my um, game group. All right, name this band. This is, if you watched the first show, if you watch Weather and Lifestyle News, I told you who this band was. They are on a goodbye tour. Sad to see them go. Very sad to see this guy goes. But how many times have we had rock bands said it's our farewell tour, then our farewell tour number two, our farewell tour number three? Well, maybe we'll just come back as a hey, we're still here and we love you guys. I don't think they're gone just yet. I think they're going to keep going. Their music is too strong. The music is too good, um, and they're well loved. And when you put out a hit like Hotel California, yeah, you got it. Answer is the Eagles. Well, I'm still going. Okay, name this band. And I don't know how many times I've complained about this one. They put out some really good music, but one of their songs just got on my nerves, and I couldn't deal with them after that. I was more of a Peter Frampton and Van Halen. Yeah, I threw underwear at Peter Frampton. I don't know. Should I be embarrassed, Karen? I was up there. I was just, yeah, I'm going to get it up there. I went out. It's not none of mine. I went out and bought a pair, brand new. Went to Victoria's Secrets in San Francisco. I got a cute little pair that probably wouldn't even fit me. Was probably a size 2. And oh yeah, I flung them up there at Peter Frampton with the other girls flinging theirs. And I was like, did you wear those? And the girls were like, yeah. I'm like, ooh. Why do we do that? Why do girls fling underwear at their rock stars? Now I don't get it. Back then I was just, it's Peter. Yeah, I swore he was going to meet me and we were going to be married, and he was just going to love me. All right. So does anybody know who this is? Uh, um, now Karen knows her stuff here. She's zooming ahead. Uh, she's a couple ahead of everybody. All right. Where's my sister tonight? Well, happy birthday to one of my nieces. My youngest nephew, um, Jason, his daughter, I believe she's the oldest, has a birthday today. Lots of birthdays. Karen's a little peanut tomorrow. Happy birthday, Peanut. And then my granddaughter is in the middle of the week. So lots of birthdays. All right. So what is the name of this band? I think we all know. And the answer is Journey. Answer is Journey. All right. On to the next one. I think I'll just finish up. Name this singer. Name this singer. You know, there was pictures of her with Arlo. They say she overdosed on drugs. I think if she would have lived, her and Jimi Hendrix, there would have been some fantastic music by both of them. Even Cobain, that he committed suicide in the street. So many greats, and their lives cut short to overdoses. Oh boy. I think she would have went far. A lot of her music I adored and loved. She's a 60s singer, but I think everybody knows who this one is. Or it seems like our chat room knows. They're all shouting her name. And it is Janis Joplin. Maybe I'll stump you on a few more. Who's this? Name this girl band. There might be two answers for this, or might be one. All I require is if you know who the band is. Oh, I got tickle. William says they were off. The early overdoses. I might tend to agree with you. When you got something that talented, and it might have been the government, might have been Hollywood, might have been the music scene, or it could have been someone, another artist that jealous. Anybody know? All right. And boy, if you can add in the lead singer on that'd be great. If you guys know. And the answer is the Supremes. And Diana Ross. This is where she made her great start. Diana Ross and the Supremes. Boy, I told you I went way back. I was afraid if Linda joined tonight, she would be upset that I wouldn't get something. I wouldn't list those that she knew, but I got them. Okay, which iconic singer known as the Queen of Disco and has released hits like Hot Stuff and Last Dance? So we're getting into a little bit more trivia on bands or individual artists and singers. Which iconic singer is known as the Queen of Disco and has released hits like Hot Stuff and Last Dance? Is Diana Ross still alive? I believe she is. And I believe I'm going to say, because of what happened with Diana Ross, with the music and Hollywood industry, I think she sold Michael Jackson out. It was not necessarily his brothers with the Jackson 5, but I think she sold out Michael Jackson. And I think it was something she had a hard time living with because she was the one that introduced him to Hollywood, to the music industry, and she was going to take good care of him and his brothers. And look at how he ended up, folks. That's a cry for help. What he was doing at the end, it was a cry for help. All right, so um, we got the answers in chat. Just me talking about Diana Ross, and the answer is Donna Summer. Answer is Donna Summer. Next question. Which iconic American band is known for their songs about summer, including Surfing USA and California Girls? This is an easy one. Everybody I know is going to definitely know this one. If you don't, I'm going to throw in even a point to Linda in Illinois, and Linda G, because I know they know this one. I'm giving a shout out to them, huh? Both of you. I know you rewatch later. My sister Beth, I know she knows this. And yeah, of course. Uh, and everyone threw it in very quickly in our chat room. And the answer is the Beach Boys, folks. The answer is the Beach Boys. I'm not going to be easy on these next few. Okay. Which song by Bananarama became a popular summer song in the 1980 with its catchy chorus? Remember Bananarama? Not me. When it got to the 80s, I was like, what the heck happened to music? 70s was so great. And then, they just got to where they weren't playing instruments anymore. They had this noise that was recorded, they sang to. So you might know this one by Bananarama or may not. If you're in the 80s, 90s, if you're 50s, 60s, 70s, you might not know this one. Bananarama became a popular summer song in the 80s with its catchy chorus. And the answer is Cruel Summer. Yeah, it was a cruel, cruel summer. Oh, yeah. And what famous New York band wrote the hit song Summer in the City? This was an old, I think, 70s. William might know this one. Summer in the City. Remember? In the summer, in the city, in the summer, in the city. Do you guys remember that one? All right. Let's see if we um let's see who knows this one. So, what is what famous New York band wrote and performed the hit song Summer in the City? William, think further back than the Eagles. It's an old one. It's probably a one-hit wonder, I'm thinking, because I knew this band is not putting out very many songs. I could be wrong. So it was I can't I don't even know how I can give you guys a hint, but I don't know if you guys will get this one or not. I think this is going to be the stumper. All right, and who is it? Loving Spoonful. Loving Spoonful. What is the title of Mungo Jerry's, and I believe this is the last one, Jerry's summer song released in 1970? Remember Mungo Jerry? Yeah, he had a couple of good hits. And he had a summer song released in 1970. What was it? This might be, it's either this one or the next one will be the last one for the night. All right. Anybody remember Mungo Jerry? He had a good one. He had a couple good songs, and then he just disappeared. Some of these artists and bands will get a really good song, and the rest of them just suck. Yeah. So anybody know? Come on now, chat. I'm gonna going, going and gone. Mungo. Mungo. You guys are gonna know it when you see it in the summertime. In the summertime. You guys remember that song? Look it up. I'm not gonna sing it for you. And that's all, folks. Um, we have got boy, it was like last week, a tie. In the summertime, yeah, in the summertime. Go look it up with Mungo. And we had Karen with 13, Susan with 13, William with 12. And I gave Linda 2 points. She didn't even play. So uh, that is it. It's Friday. I'm going to go see that movie. I think it's called Sounds of Freedom tomorrow. And I'm going to enjoy my granddaughter all weekend and celebrate her birthday. Karen, happy birthday to little Miss Peanut. Is 1 year old tomorrow. And I don't think she realized her Peanut and my little baby had their birthday so close. So, all right, folks, that is it for tonight's show, and we will see you all on Monday. So, William, you get everything going, and I'll get see if I can get Rindy going on this, and see if we can get her back. I kind of pulled her out last week because I had such a big show. So this week, maybe we're going to come on back and we're going to have a great show. William have a show, and we'll be on for another week with investigator news. All right, folks. So come on back, share our trivia. If the only thing you like is trivia, share it and bring people in. Maybe this could be trivia questions for you to use to friends and family. All right. Subscribe, hit the like button, smash that like button, smash the bell, thumbs up, and share. And we will see you on Monday. God bless everyone. Have a wonderful weekend.